hey, guess what? So this lady is this is interesting because this lady is a new board member on the Intercept. And wait till you hear what she has to say about Julian Assange, right? What does she have to say?
What do you think about Julian Assange's arrest? Do you think that that's good or bad for journalists?
I have a different view because I think that the wholesale dumping of WikiLeaks actually isn't journalism.
So now even Rachel Maddow and Chris Hayes will tell you Julian Assange is doing journalism. That's why he won all those journalism awards. So what this is showing you she won the Nobel Prize, by the way. And she's working with the CIA. And she's repeating CIA talking points. Isn't that interesting? Well, let's watch this. If I were a media beat, I'd cover this. The Intercept, a U.S. journalism outlet which brands itself as fearless and adversarial to U.S. state power, appoints to its board an individual from the National Endowment for Democracy, an arm of U.S. state power. Goes right to the board at the Intercept. To my knowledge, the Intercept is the first major U.S. journalism outlet to have someone from a U.S. government-funded organization, a U.S. intel front at that, sitting on its board of directors. Truly a milestone for independent journalism. Man, very well said, and good catch by Aaron Mate. Of course, he's a real journalist. He just got another award for being an independent journalist and telling the truth, which is what the Intercept can never do. The Intercept will never tell you the truth about Ukraine. They'll never tell you the truth about Syria. And Aaron Mate will. That's why he wins awards. And that's why the people who work at the Intercept are embarrassments to themselves and their family. The Intercept's announcement of Ressa, her name is Ressa, by the way. Maria Ressa, I guess is how you say it. Her appointment to its board they describe her at the Intercept as globally recognized leader in independent journalism. It fails to mention her recent appointment to a U.S. government-funded regime change organization. They don't mention that. The Intercept doesn't mention that. And there she is. And that's it. The National Endowment for Democracy, which is, we know what that is. That's a intelligence front that goes and helps overthrow other governments for the CIA and Americans' imperialism. And she's a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and she joins the Movement for Democracy at NED. So she went right from the Peace Prize right to the CIA. That's what she did. And why do you think those peace prizes aren't worth shit anymore? They come out of Oslo, and I was exposed to you when I went to Oslo that they're all working for the military-industrial complex now, and all that stuff they seem to be doing about human rights is just a front for more invasions, and that's why she was given the Peace Prize, because she's willing to go along with the CIA talking points that helps us invade other countries. And now she's sitting on the board of the Intercept, and now the DC bureau chief of the Intercept is Ryan Grimm. And here's what Shama Sawant has to say about Ryan Grimm.
But that's one part of the story, right? The other part of the story is all the Ryan Grimms of this world. We have to be very clear. They are cynical purveyors. They are snake oil salesmen who are very consciously peddling the Democratic Party support. And,
So that's who Ryan Grimm is. Well, here he is. So Shama Sawant, he's a snake oil salesman. And that's why he gets paid six figures over at the Intercept. And I get a check from 3 different billionaires now. And so call yourself a journalist and you get paid by 3 different billionaires. The Intercept has appointed an inaugural CEO, and we're announcing a new board of directors. We're going fully independent. It's a gamble, and we'll be relying on readers to support what we do. That's a lie. That's also a lie. Everything he said in there. Anyway, so Aaron Mate gets him. Buzzsaw comes in. He says, this post says that the Intercept's inaugural CEO comes from a group funded by its owner, Pierre Omidyar. So the Intercept is getting its CEO, comes from a group being paid by the guy who owns it now, the billionaire. As do the 2 members of the board of directors. One of whom is Omidyar's senior advisor. Yet you're saying that the Intercept is going fully independent from Omidyar? They're not. So he's just lying. So that's right. Ryan Grimm, snake oil salesman, once again goes on social media to lie to people. And the good thing for him is most of the people who follow, I would say enough of the people who follow him don't care that he's lying. A lot of them see it. Aaron Mate saw it. He comes back with, this is him trying to, he goes, that's fair, though I wouldn't call that a dependent either. Omidyar will probably represent less than 10% of the giving after the drawdown. So it was a lie. You're not going fully independent at all. The people on your board, your CEO, still work directly funded by him, and he's still giving you money. Probably less, probably, or maybe more. That also means maybe more. So when you said fully independent, you were fully lying, because that's what Ryan Grimm does. Aaron Mate catches him again and says, in other words, the Intercept is not going fully independent, won't be holding my breath for coverage of stories like the OPCW scandal or Omidyar's scam network of disinformation watchdogs. So the guy who funds the Intercept also funds other bullshit watchdog organizations that just do the bidding of the establishment warmongering machine. So what Aaron's saying is, you guys are still never going to tell the truth about Syria, and they won't. Ryan Grimm will never tell you the truth about Syria. He'll lie about it. He won't tell you the truth about Russiagate. They'll lie about it. He won't tell you the truth about Ukraine. They won't tell you the truth about anything. And they just lied and said they were going independent because that's what they do. And then he does a long thread about how they're going independent, and then at the end he sneaks this in after people called him out on it. He goes, "Yeah, I buried the Maria Ressa news." He buried the fact that this woman who is anti-Julian Assange, anti-journalism, works with the CIA and the NED, is now on their board. Yeah. Oh, he buried that? Really? And then he thinks that's clever, I guess. But that's just seems like, yes, you caught me. I'm a liar. But luckily, most of the people who read The Intercept don't care. But the bad thing is, most people don't read The Intercept. That's the bad thing. But most of the people who do read it don't care. But nobody reads it. And then Aaron Mate comes back. This really is news. The Intercept has appointed Maria Ressa to its board of directors. Ressa was also recently appointed chairperson of Move Democracy, a project of the National Endowment of Democracy, a U.S. government-funded intel front. Congrats to all. So he's trying to hide it. He got called out. He lied about going independent, got caught and busted. It's just every time Ryan Grimm does something. But that's their new host over at Breaking Points. Do you know that? That's what Rachel and Sagar are now working with this guy. They're proud of it to announce their collaboration with The Intercept. Because I don't know if you remember, Rachel and Sagar also shit on Julian Assange and never apologized for it. So now that's great. They get to work with Ryan Grimm. He's a new host over at the Breaking Points, and he's as corrupted as they come. He's a snake oil salesman. But of course, so is Rachel. I mean, Crystal. So of course, so is Crystal. We've pointed out how she's also a lying snake oil salesman. But that's why they go so well together. Ryan Grimm, Crystal Ball, David Sirota, who lied at the top of his lungs about forced to vote and said McCarthy could become speaker. They all work together. It's a cabal of bullshitters. Some of them will get billionaire cash. Most of them do. Anyway,
new mainstream media.
The new mainstream. Anyway, let's just want to hear the whole answer.
Yes.
This is the woman that Ryan Grimm tried to hide. Didn't want you to know that she's running the show over there now. But there we go.
What do you think about Julian Assange's arrest? Do you think that that's good or bad for journalists?
You know, I have a different view because I think that the wholesale dumping of WikiLeaks actually isn't journalism. A journalist sifts through, decides and knows when something is of value to national security, and withholds until you can verify that it isn't. That people who should not be put in harm's way by that information are protected. So
No one
I
was
think that-
harmed.
No one has ever been able to point to one person that Julian Assange's reporting has endangered. And so that she's just repeating a CIA talking point, and that's why Ryan Grimm loves working with her.
This is just more evidence of how technology has changed the rules and how we're caught in the middle. We're all still trying to use rules of the past to define new situations. And I think one of the things we have to do with technology, with social media in particular, is to grab.
Oh, what happened? She said more stupid shit. So there you go. Over Breaking Point's host goes on Twitter to lie once again, and by the way, he got his ass ratioed hard. I didn't point it out, but he did get ratioed by here it is. Oh yeah. So Ryan Grimm tweets this out on his own thread, and barely 583 people like it, right? It got 200,000 views. Only 500 people gave a shit to like it on his own thread. Aaron Mate comes in, 949 likes on just 24,000 views. So that's called getting ratioed in your own thread. And that's like, damn it. Why don't you just block Aaron Mate already, Ryan? You blocked me for a long time while you kept tweeting at me negative stuff about me from behind your block. That's called a Grimm job. That's a pretty cowardly act. You block someone and then tweet negative shit about them so they can't respond to your bullshit. But I don't know why you just don't block Aaron Mate, because he's constantly owning your ass. Because Aaron Mate is an actual journalist who actually wins awards and actually has integrity. Why don't you just block him? He's going to keep doing this to you. You're going to keep getting revealed. Aaron Mate, by the way, was at the UN today testifying about the Syrian gas attacks. Ryan Grimm didn't get asked to do that because he lies about the Syrian gas attacks and is not allowed to tell the truth about it. Go to jimmydore.com to see my new stand-up special, COVID Lies Are Funny. For only $10, you get to become a premium member, too. And come see us do our live shows. We're going to be doing stand-up comedy in Milwaukee, Nashville, Honolulu, Los Angeles, Northampton, Massachusetts, Syracuse, New York, Cohoes, New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Baltimore, Maryland, and more. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.